Hello, and today we will be discussing child obesity.
Obesity is a condition of being grossly overweight of the average size.
In 2012, more than one-third of adolescents were overweight or obese.
A percentage of children from ages 6 to 11 years old increased from 7% to 18%.
Being overweight and obese are the result of caloric imbalance.
Too few calories expended for the amount of calories are consumed and are affected by various genetic and environmental factors.
I'm going to be telling the members that we face a major public health crisis in this country, particularly with childhood obesity. 23 million kids in the United States today are obese. That's almost 3 times as many who were obese 25 years ago.
Leaders who tell us that when more than 1 in 4 young people are unqualified for military service because of their weight, they tell us that childhood obesity isn't just a public health issue. They tell us that it is not just an economic threat, it is a national security threat as well.
When I think about obesity, is that it's a very common problem in the U.S.
What I think about child obesity is that the parents are doing their wrong of overfeeding the child.
Is child obesity taken seriously? Child obesity is not an issue that a child can grow out of. The child will adapt to that lifestyle and continue making the same food and nutrition choices in the future. Children are now taking the same type of medications as their parents to manage blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol. If childhood obesity continues into adulthood, there will be a global concern that rates of child obesity will rise.
If child obesity isn't taken seriously now, what will happen to our future generations? Our future generations will soon adapt to the same unhealthy lifestyle from their parents, then continuing on for more future generations.
Almost a third of American kids are obese or overweight, and that has huge consequences. It has consequences in terms of their long-term health, even their short-term health. The American Academy of Pediatrics last week put out recommendations saying that kids as young as 2 should be screened for high cholesterol. So what we're seeing now, because of this obesity epidemic, is a real diminishment in the health of kids today, getting diseases that you normally didn't see till adulthood, and it means that we're going to see a generation of kids who may not live as long as our generation, and that would be tragic.
There's a cover story.
I think everyone is familiar with the fact that you have higher rates of diabetes, higher rates of heart disease, higher rates of renal disease. But there are also other things. It affects arthritis, it affects certain cancers. So the overall health and well-being of our kids is at risk. It means that the next generation may not be as healthy a workforce. We already have extraordinarily high healthcare costs in this country. They'll be even higher if we don't get a control over this epidemic.